Hi there, my name is Phixfox and welcome to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. This is the FHeroes edition, and today we are going to go back to a single player scenario that is much smaller than the previous playthrough. We just completed Surf and Turf, which it took us 3 whole videos to accomplish on a large to extra large map. That's kind of something that we need to contend with, and it felt good to really have an epic adventure that we could sink our teeth into. But today we're going to do something much smaller, something a little bit more cramped, something that because there is not much room to wander and adventure forth, you have to be extremely tactical to overcome your enemy and the challenges that will be presented to you. And this map that we have selected here, I think will do just that for a few reasons. This is going to be River Crossing. Now, the description reads as such: your castle is the last outpost in the area. Don't lose it. And that ties into your loss condition here. Loss condition is lose a specific town. We cannot on this small map trade castles and go 5, 6, 7 days without a castle. We have to keep what we have and still be aggressive towards the enemy. And also, on this small map size, there are 3 players instead of 2, which is very, very different than a small map with a deathmatch type of setup. Because, much like you will find in my family, if we're playing as 3 players, player 1 and player 2 will fight each other and they will exhaust themselves in combat. And then the third player can just sit back and wait for everybody to get nice and weak, and then they overwhelm everybody. We're going to have to make sure that we are able to defeat our enemies and also still have enough strength left to defeat whoever might be left. So a lot of tactics are going to go into this scenario, I do believe. This is also, just for your edification, one of the original maps that came with the Secession Wars. So, difficulty is hard for River Crossing. We, I guess, only can start off as the red player. That works just fine for me. Let's make sure our difficulty is on impossible, and we're going to leave this on random. We're just going to play whatever comes our way, and folks, let's dive right in. So we do start off with Sarakin the Wizard here. He's a level 1 wizard. He comes very, very standard with 0 attack, 1 defense, 2 spell power, and 2 knowledge, and that advanced wisdom, and of course the stone skin, I believe, in his spell book. Yes, indeed. 9 halflings, 2 boars, not too bad. And then as far as our starting castle, we have nothing. Oh, well, we do have halflings. I shouldn't say nothing. And the issue that I see here immediately is this. Knowing that we are going to be the faction that is the most expensive to upgrade any single castle into its fully fledged version, we're going to have a little bit of difficulty, I think, in maybe contending with the enemies. If they happen to be knights, if they happen to be barbarians, we might be in some serious trouble. Let's play smart. It might be very, very critical that rather than get additional troops, say, up to our 5th level creatures with the Ivory Tower, maybe we invest in a 1st or 2nd level Mage Guild. But for now, we're going to have to see what we have here on the adventure map. I am going to do something that I don't usually do here. I think that my troops are not going to be sufficient to actually really help me much. These 9 halflings are not going to really move the needle at all. So we're just going to keep the boars out on the battlefield, and we're going to try and be as fast as we can with this. I do see this ore mine, and that's going to be pretty useful as far as my buildings that require ore. It's not going to be until the foundry and the Ivory Tower that we require ore. But again, that Mage Guild strategy will require ore, not to mention the statue. That's a pretty big pickup for us as well. So this ore mine could be pretty useful. And then I see gold, experience, treasure. We're probably going to take the gold there more than anything. And then I see archers on the road. It may be that there's enemies here, and we are stuck in this little section, unable to move because we have no troops. Let's start off and see what we come across. So that's going to be 900 gold there. Fountain, I'm not going to worry about visiting that at this time. I am going to go up towards this ore mine as soon as I pick up this gold here, and this gold here, and even this campfire. So this is going to cost us basically 2 ore to go out of our way for 1 day. But we do have 2,400 gold. That is going to be enough to get the pen. I think that we ought to get started with whatever troops we possibly can get. Perhaps an additional 6 boars can help us take these archers if we really need to pay the price to do so. Campfire, this is going to be 5 mercury. That's actually a pretty nice pickup, because I know that the Foundry upgraded version does cost 5 mercury, not to mention a 2nd level Mage Guild. That mercury could be massive for us. Let's see. Sarakin might as well step here. 1,500 gold or 1 additional level. Let's get the 1,500 gold. And I never thought I'd say this, but these peasants could be actually useful. you know that you are in dire straits if peasants seemed like a good idea for you. That is an ore mine that we just picked up there. And then, oh gosh, there's crystal here and crystal here. I think that we only need to concern ourselves with the first level Mage Guild for now, and then we will consider what we do with this crystal. Although I do want to figure out what this ore mine, or excuse me, what this mine is here. This was our ore mine, and there's another mine we can just barely see is there. That is also crystal. I think that we're going to grab this crystal and then head south for our sawmill. We are going to need wood pretty darn quick again for this Mage Guild. Having the ore and having the ore mine, I think that I'm comfortable getting the statue, get ourselves more gold generating as soon as possible. Picking up this crystal, I don't think that the kinetic pendant is very useful, and in fact, if we step on it right now and there are rogues, we will lose, and that's just not worth it for me. It is not worth it for me. Shrine of the First Circle, if this ends up being, say, a magic arrow, and we don't get one in our main town, that could be critically important for us. I can almost guarantee you that after we pick up this well here, that we're going to get the orchard. I think that that is going to be pretty important for our halflings to make sure that we are moving forward in a pretty good way. I think that I have enough gold here for now that I feel comfortable to take one level of experience. And the basic leadership is actually a pretty nice pickup. Going from no possibility at good leadership up to having some chance at good morale, that's a pretty big deal. And this expert wisdom, there's no sense in getting that for now. There's no chance, I think, in this small map that we're going to get all the way up there. We will look at this gazebo in just one second. Otherwise, let's pick up the sawmill, pick up our wood, and then see what we have. By the way, we did pick up a healthy amount of gems right here. That was 5 gems that we picked up. So we are immediately in this pretty interesting spot. Look at this. 10 wood, 5 mercury, 6 ore, 4 sulfur, 3 crystal, 5 gems. I mean, as far as Mage Guild levels go to help us move forward, that's looking out like it's going to be a pretty good strategy. If we defeat the goblins, we're not going to get through the earth elementals anytime soon. It's just going to give us access to the witch's hut, maybe a couple of resources. We'll see about that. Maybe that's going to be fodder for these peasants that we're going to pick up in just one second. Cliff Nest is a huge pickup, as is the Mage Guild. We're going to get the Cliff Nest now, I think, though. And immediately, when I see less than 3,000 gold in my coffers, I say, oh, maybe I should not have picked up that treasure chest. Maybe that one level is not going to be that important. And yet, we'll take what we can get. I think that this is probably on this map a bad time to pick pathfinding. It just looks like the tile set is not going to include swamp. However, if it does, if there is desert, if there is some kind of rough terrain and I don't have pathfinding and I had the opportunity to take it, I'm going to feel pretty silly. I'm going to take pathfinding even though I don't think it's going to be coming in clutch for us anytime soon. That hurts a little bit. I'm very sad. I think that we're going to do that. I do. The foundry, the golems can help us defeat the earth elementals. I think that with the rocks, though, we can head north. And I think that that's what we're going to do in short order. Sarkin has very few spell points left, and it's going to take 4 of all the other resources to get this other level of Mage Guild. Unfortunately, we are going to have to wait to get that second level Mage Guild, but let's hope for a magic arrow. We do get a magic arrow. Tremendous. Magic arrow plus slow plus shield, not to mention the other spell that we did pick up, and that was the curse. So we got some opportunities here. We're going to bring the halflings back, and we're going to set off tomorrow with these troops. Sarkin's going to waste about 300 movement points right now. Is it too much to ask for these archers to just attack peasants? I unfortunately think so. So on to day 6, month 1, week 1, day 6. The peasants are so slow. I think that we're going to pick up peasants if we go south. Otherwise, let's get these archers. I have seen this rogues camp. The rogues are not a bad unit. I think that the boars are better for the speed, and I think that the rocks are better because they fly. And so I don't think that the rogues are going to do any better than any of my other troops will do for me. And for that reason, we're just going to wait. I don't think it's going to be useful at this time to pick up any rogues. It's an opportunity. I'm going to decline that at this time, much like I declined this kinetic pendant. Archers with the rocks and the magic arrow. It's going to be costly, but we can do that. What in the world? Our reinforcements were lost in a storm. We salvaged all we could. What in the literal... What? Excuse you? Hello? Hello? That's rude. It's so rude. I didn't have to worry about gold. I didn't have to worry about lumber, but okay. I guess thanks. I guess I'm a little upset. Well, that just happened, and we're gonna take that in stride. I think that troops are still going to be useful. Again, these golems are going to be useful. Now that I have the gold that I can actually spend on them, we're going to get the foundry now. And if we find enough ore and 1 unit of sulfur, we might be able to get mages in week 1. Oh my gosh, if we can get mages in week 1, we'll be feeling pretty good. No losses. I blame those rocks, certainly. We're going to accept this. No problem. We do pick up some additional crystal. Centaurs, I think we're going to do worse against the centaurs than we did against the archers. Archers are just a little bit more difficult to deal with. Shrine of the Second Circle. That's going to be pretty nifty, I think. There is ore, or there's mercury. We don't need mercury. We're not going to have enough ore, but there's this campfire. And this +1 to attack. I think that the spell is going to be useful, but only once we go south. Are we on our own little island? And is the enemy going to come by land or sea? I do not know. I think that there is a little leprechaun mushroom ring to the east. I think that we're going to head this way and pick up gold, pick up mercury, clear out all this, and then head back for the centaurs. I think that that's going to be the best thing for me. Yeah, this magic garden. In fact, I'm going to go straight for that just in case I accidentally run out of movement points because I only have about 400 left. Yep, and we're going to end with 50 movement points left. That's not going to be enough to do anything, but then we picked up that additional 5 gems. So with our last purchase before the new week, Ivory Tower is out. I think the Orchard is actually a pretty good use of my time. I think Orchard, Marketplace, Mage Guild, that's going to be probably the order I do things in. I do believe so. Rather than use the Mercury to upgrade the Foundry and get the Iron Golems into Steel Golems, I think we're going to ignore that opportunity. So 700 gold as we see this pack of water elementals here on this land bridge. Always interesting to see land bridges. It's a good way of keeping the enemies separated until you're strong enough to deal with each other, to contend with each other. I thought that this was terrain that I could go right on through. It looks like these orcs are here to do business with some spells. Even if there's some losses, I think I can mitigate that. I'll accept the loss of the 1 halfling. That'll save some spell points for later. That will save some spell points for later. We're gonna accept those results. 400 gold and 4 gems from that campfire. So we've got so many gems now, and I messed up. I specifically thought to myself I need to hit spacebar before we move off of that magic garden. We're gonna have to go back. That's gonna cost us a couple of movement points. A clumsy giant has killed himself with his own flail. Knowing your superior skill with the weapon, you confidently removed the spectacular flail from the fallen giant. That is a +1 to our attack, and then this treasure chest is going to be very useful. I think actually that we're needing to get another hero. I'm looking at the shipyard also, but I think it's time to get a marketplace for sure, just so that way we can trade for that 1 sulfur. Oh, I guess we don't need the 1 sulfur anymore. Yeah, we found, yeah, because you need 4 of each of these resources. And then I am going to pick up Wilfrey. It's going to be nice to have the troops. It's going to be nice to be able to move creatures from point A to point B. I don't think it's going to be a decision I'm going to regret. So, Wilfrey, just another standard hero. No problems there. Iron Golems, I'm going to bring everybody. I'm going to bring the whole famdamly, just so that way we can stop here in short order. I am going to try and keep Saracen as my strongest hero. On these small maps, it's very hard for me to trust a secondary hero. I surely should. And we've seen that strategy work out to great effect, and yet I'm a little bit cautious. I feel like I need to be a little bit careful. We're going to take the gold here because there are some purchases we could potentially make very, very soon that could be incredibly important. I'm going to bypass this magic garden for now so that Wilfrey can step here, transfer troops, and then go. He's going to take the 1 boar. Everybody else is going to go. And they're going to fight these centaurs. It's difficult not knowing what's down south and not knowing what's to the north, but this Shrine of the Second Circle is too great of a potential prize for me to ignore. 3,400 gold. Let's pick up this Mage Guild and just see what we're going to have available to us. Lightning Bolt and Blind. Is there a better Mage Guild than what we have here? You have the slow, for the utility, you have the blind for the completely disabling effect, and you have 2 great damaging spells. And it's nice to have 2 damaging spells because 3 spell points versus 7 spell points means that you have the right spell for the right situation. You don't want to spend 7 spell points on 1 peasant, but you might want to spend 3 spell points on 1 peasant. And then you also have a steel skin and a shield. We're going to come back for this as soon as we can get it, but we're going to clear here, and then we're going to let Wilfrey probably explore to the north as we then clear back down south. That's my general plan at the moment. We are in trouble. Okay. So we have Tyro, gosh, Minotaur Kings, and Alamar. Are we able to get back home? We better be. We are just short. We are just shy. This is not good. If he goes here and then up, we should be fine. But we have to get these spells in order for me to feel fairly confident in our decisions here. I think that we're going to do our very best to just see where this goes. We're going to sit here on this wagon camp. We're not going to purchase any troops at this time. But we're available to, we could buy 51, and we do have 1 slot left over. That might be pretty important. Definitely better than peasants. Definitely better than peasants. Knowing that we have 5 mercury now, we will make the decision about upgrading the foundry in a second or not. And I will pick up the moat because it's a low investment, but can make a big deal if we have to defend this castle. It depends on what happens right here. I still think that we can at least do something against Tyro, but I'd love to fight strength on strength. Okay. Okay. Good movement from the enemy there, that they came right for us. Let's see how this goes, and let's just fight this one right now. Probably would have been best off to have actually split some of my troops. Probably going actually with 2 stacks of iron golems, just so that way I could deal with these Minotaur Kings. 10 Minotaur Kings is just too much. Although there's this curse, and that's probably going to be a great target for the curse spell, dropping their damage down from potentially up to 10, so 50 damage, down to, yeah, well, excuse me, way more than that. 100 damage down to 50, cutting their damage in half. That could be very useful. These centaurs feel like the rocks charging down the battlefield will be useful. I'm just so sad that these golems are so far away from my halflings. We're going to take so much attention so very, very quickly. So I do think that for my first spell, because I can't take care of all these ranged creatures, I think that we must cast the curse. That is going to last for 3 turns. So we got some time with that. The boars, I want them to go where they can threaten the centaurs very soon. In this position, they can either go forward or back. 80 damage from the Minotaur Kings. That's just too much. I can already tell you that's just too much damage. We can't afford to lose 8 boars at a time. We're going to remove the damage from these centaurs, but there's not much hope to do much else there. In fact, I'm a little bit concerned, yep, that the Minotaur Kings will go down south. Let's try and pick off whatever troops we possibly can. Our best stack right now is probably, let's see, we're doing 30 points of damage with this magic arrow, and we have tons left. It actually might be best to stone skin the golems, let them brawl it out with the Minotaur Kings. There's going to be no bonus damage because it's 11 defense versus 11 attack skill. And then we can use all of our magic arrows again and again and again and again and again. 45 hit points at a time is going to, you're not going to kill all these Minotaur Kings. You can't. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. Boars have to clean up some of these troops, like these sprites with no enemy retaliation. We've got to deal with them. Let's stone skin here. I think the Minotaur Kings are still going to be able to get back and deal with these boars if they so desire, but I am planning on attacking with these golems this turn. We're going to move in this general westernly way. Otherwise, do I finish these centaurs? No, I think that you are obligated to at least try and work on these griffins. There's one song that's going in my head right now. It's from the Disney movie Hercules. No chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. This is not feeling pretty good. The golems are holding up remarkably well, but even cursed, the Minotaurs are going to be too tough for them, I fear. Down to 3 rocks, 7 boars, these 7 centaurs. At this point, I think I might as well actually continue to work on those centaurs. Maybe, do I need to keep the rocks flying around? No, I think that they're going to be pursued by the gargoyles and the griffins. I think that you want to take out the centaurs as best as you can. I do. I truly do. And I do think I still want to continue to put out damage here. You're going to take more damage than you're going to put out, but I think it's still worth your time. 1 boar here. I don't know if these gargoyles are going to attack this one rock. I think they will. And I really want the centaur to go down. But the gargoyles can't attack both, so if I attack the gargoyles in this direction, I should be able to kill on the retaliation. Nope, the rock will be able to finish that off. Either way, it was going to be okay. That stone skin, good, but not going to be enough. And that curse has now officially worn off. So this is more or less where the battle is going to end. The rock is going to fly around as long as it can. We are just delaying the inevitable. I see the writing on the wall. Do you? Let's make them chase us, because why not? Let's skip, because our spells are more important than the damage we can do there. And I think that even if we had just skipped each time, I don't think that the magic arrows would have caught up and done enough. Knowing that there's still 14 and 8 flying troops, that's just too much. It's just too much. And the enemy has captured West Fork. They are triumphant. That is defeat. Okay. Hey, this does happen. Especially when we were just one movement point out of our way. Taking those golems on the road proved to be our downfall, especially going north. That was a huge mistake. That's probably the biggest mistake I made, because we knew that they weren't going to be useful against those centaurs anyway, and I still took them north. My bad. With that being said then, let's do this again. Still on impossible difficulty, and still right where we are, except this time we know that there's something right here. We do roll the wizards yet again, although there are some changes to the map. For example, these lots of rogues. That's different than the archers from the first time. Is that better or worse? I am not too sure. We're going to go down the road here. And this time we're going to start off with 7,500 gold and 10 wood. My word, if we had known that that was possible before, I think that we would have done that. No doubt. And that actually makes getting this ore more important and more valuable than it was last time. So we're going to go up this direction. And even some of these resources have rolled differently this time. And so I kind of think that we might have some opportunities now where we did not have before. You have to have the pen to get the cliff nest, and I think that the rocks are so good for the wizard faction. So we're going to pick that up now. And this time I am going to be a little bit risky, knowing that this is no longer just a one-time playthrough. I'm going to pick up the mercury and the 4-leaf clover. In the middle of a patch of dead and dry vegetation, to your surprise, you find a healthy green 4-leaf clover. Terrific. Again, I'm going to opt not to get the wagon camp. Was that already a mistake? 7,500 gold, 7,700 gold. That might have been a mistake. Those could be very useful troops, actually, now that I think about it. And actually, knowing that I have this much gold now, do you get the second hero this early? Just to get a faster start? It's going to cost you 2,500 gold, but we ended up getting another one last game anyway. I think that we will. I don't think that this is the best decision I've ever made in my life. But I think it's pretty okay, actually. I think that this can work out in our favor. So knowing that there's a shrine of the second circle to the north, let's actually drop these troops off. It doesn't really matter to me who the main hero is. It really doesn't. But let's do it like this. And then just continue to pick up gold rather than experience. I do like that choice better. And then Kalindra can actually head north through these rogues. 3,600 gold. Let's make sure our purchases are correct first. And let's focus on that statue. Yeah, let's get that statue. We've got the ore coming in. The additional gold is always going to be useful. If you're going to get it later, you might as well get it now, is generally the way I approach that decision. And then the sawmill is empty. I'm ready for the taking. Bloodlust, good spell, increasing your attack skill. I'm always happy to see that. And then we are going to go north, pick up crystal. We don't really need crystal as the warlocks, and yet, or excuse me, as the wizards. We are not warlocks, we are wizards. And yet, it's going to be a choice I don't think we're going to regret too much. Stone skin, it looks like it's going to be useful here, just because these enemy rogues do not have any retaliation. And we could probably kill one whole stack with our halflings. But more than that, it's difficult to say how this fight's going to pan out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This stack can reach the halflings. I'm not worried about these other stacks. Let's actually stone skin the rocks. I'll lose a boar before I lose anybody else. Okay. And we might as well be on the offensive and kill 4 to 7 here. I'll be very sad when the halflings are encumbered, but I think that that's just kind of par for the course. Just kind of to be expected. 22 hit points there. If I attack this one rogue, then I'm not going to have to deal damage and take a retaliation. I think that the halflings have proved that they can do tons of damage to the enemy. I think that we're going to do that. Rather than attack with the rocks, I think we're going to attack with the halflings. Again, that's going to eliminate one whole round of retaliation. Let's have the boars kill these single stacks. Did I not cast my stone skin? I did. It just already wore off. Huh. And then now I don't think it matters. I think it'll matter enough. Okay, so 2 halflings, 1 boar. I would much rather lose 2 halflings and a boar than 1 rock and 1 boar. And so we're going to pick up the sulfur and we're going to continue on our way rather than clear this way because that wasn't as useful for us. And this crystal mine's not really useful. Let's actually go right through these orcs. And again, Shrine of the Second Circle, if that's there, which it is, that is probably going to be the most useful thing for us. Let's fight this fight now. Glorious victory, 230 experience. We will take it. Lightning bolt. And this is great because now I don't feel like I'm obligated to invest in my Mage Guild like I otherwise would have been. So 50 points of damage, pretty big deal. Really pretty big deal. I'm going to go up this road as far as I can and then come back down, clearing out along the way. That's some additional luck. We could be the very, very lucky army. And that feels pretty good. Basic ballistics, not too bad. I'm glad to see that we're able to clear out this whole little peninsula. It's nice to not have to wonder what we might be missing out on. Let's be smart with our movement points and go up, down, and left and right rather than on a diagonal. And then let's head right back with the bulk of the army. I think that we've got enough time and enough movement points to clear and get the sawmill and get that little pile of wood. Looks like we do. This artifact for taking reduced damage from cold spells, good, not great. I'm not super concerned about it. You know what? Look at this. We can get the Ivory Tower week 1. Boundary? We're gonna need more. We're gonna need more ore. We must get more ore. We might end up... No, you need the wood for the marketplace. But you're gonna need 10 wood and 10 ore. Oh, all of the precious resources, but not enough of the non-precious resources. That is such a sad way to be. There are some options here still. There's still some options. I don't think that a campfire will ever give you a non-precious resource, though. So that's going to be potentially a loss there. Let's see, though. 6 ore? Okay, okay. Feels good. Feels good. 7 wood? Okay. Continue on. We're going to get this by day 7, and that's going to be a gigantic pickup. Massive. If you can get your 5th level creatures who are already so good, you're feeling terrific. I'm already thrilled at this prospect. I'm thrilled with the way that things are turning out so far. This is shaping out much better, in part because this is our second time playing through, and in part because, well, we're just getting some extra nice starts, and that feels okay. We're once again going to sit on this wagon camp just in case we need to respond and head back here. We did see a little bit of movement here. We should not go too far away with this main army. What's this? Lots of rogues? Do we need any of this here? Day 6. Next turn, we're going to have enough wood to get our ivory tower. We can purchase the well this day. And so we don't actually need to go that direction. Does it matter who the main hero is? Yes. There's a lightning bolt here. And so it has to be Kalindra that guards our hometown. You know, rogues on rogues might not be a bad deal, especially if you have single stacks of peasants to help you take hits. Who am I kidding? Peasants aren't going to take a good hit at all. So I'd love to clear all this out. So long as Mandigal can get here on day 7, we won't lose anything. We cannot afford to lose our main castle. And there's still a gazebo we can visit and some other things. Let's just play this very, very safe. And let's do a big swap right now and just swap places. Okay, day 7. Plus with the gazebo, we're going to take the wisdom. Navigation might be useful. We talked about maybe getting into the boat and doing something. Maybe. Might be useful. And then this is nice. This magic garden, that additional 5 gems is terrific. Ivory Tower on week 1. Whew, that's difficult to do, even if you start off with some resources. Granted, we did get a lot of help by getting 7,500 gold there, and then a little bit of extra wood. So with all of these creatures, let's combine our forces and focus first on the ranged creatures that can help us take fights, and then the rocks who can go forth and do a ton of damage. That's going to absolutely bankrupt us. For now, we're going to have Mandigal pick up 5 gems, 800 gold, 500 gold, and then 4 sulfur here. He's not going to continue on his way, but he is going to get this spell shrine for the lightning bolt. Otherwise, Kingdom tab real quick. We are missing sulfur and gems. It's likely that they are going to be in this direction, or maybe this is going to be one of those maps where, hey, you just don't get a whole lot of that fancy stuff, which is understandable. Have a nice day. And then no other purchases. I didn't get the orchard this go around because we were too busy trying to get our other things. Let's get halflings next, and then no golems at this time. They're going to be our defenders, so that way we feel comfortable to leave now and come back later. I think that this army right now, as it currently is constituted, is big enough to deal with anybody that we might run across. Anybody with 1 week's worth of growth, at least. The rogues, awed by the power of your forces, begin to scatter. Do you want to pursue and engage them? I do, because they are worth experience. Even 88 experience is still pretty darn useful for me. No gold, so no other purchases to make. We now have some issues over here. Mandigal picks up the lightning bolt. That's going to make him a way better defender than he otherwise would have been. 2 spell power and the 2 knowledge. That's going to be a-okay. Responding to the panicked cries of a damsel in distress, you discover a young woman fleeing from a hungry bear. You slay the beast in the nick of time, and the grateful sorceress weaves a magic cloak from the bear's hide. So any cold spells are going to be reduced against us. Very happy to see that. And I think that now is actually the time where I'm going to start taking experience. I have no plans, none whatsoever, about taking... I don't plan on getting Titans. This map is too small, and wizards do not lend themselves well to this type of map. I think that we have an interesting choice here. The boars are probably going to guard shooters when we are assaulting a castle, and the rocks will probably fly over the battlements, so ballistics is not that useful. Eagle Eye, I will tell you, I hate Eagle Eye. It's horrible. But on this map, this could be useful. We're going to take Eagle Eye over ballistics. I think on this map, in this instance, Eagle Eye is going to make more sense because we might have a fight where the enemy casts a bless, a curse, or whatever, and then we can use that to our advantage. We're going to take the Eagle Eye. Yeah, weird. Who would have thought? Hey, there's our navigation. I knew we needed it. Okay, I do see Celia here, by the way. I think that we're going to want to actually push the tempo through this area. Number 1, it will give me the experience, which is going to be useful. And number 2, I think that is going to put some pressure on her. I understand that the enemy can come this way, but since the road is right here, we're going to have a better advantage and a better opportunity to get back. Before, we were coming this way, and we only had a little bit of road right here. This way, this is all going to be road if we have to go back to our hometown. So let's just adjust this, make sure that we have the appropriate splits. I actually think that I want to have... Let's see. I think I want to have boars split like that. Yeah. Several earth elementals. We can beat them. 300 experience. We'll take it. And we're going to take... Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. Logistics on any size of the map is always good. Archery can help me right here, right now, especially since I have my Magi. Oh, this feels good to take archery. This feels like one of those times where you are struggling with this tough decision, but I think archery is definitely the best decision because this map is not going to go as long as another map might, and therefore the logistics is not going to be as useful. We are thinking about some of these upgrades. For sure, though, I am going to get this Mage Guild level 2. Again, for the reasons we talked about before. The spells are Lightning, Cold Ray, Steel Skin. I hope that Kalindra... Yeah, Kalindra must have the Cure and the Haste and the Dispel. I'm sure she does, and the reason I'm sure is because she stopped in last time she was there with the troops, so... we don't have those second level spells, but we do have the Cold Ray and the Steel Skin left on the table next time she pops into town. Let's see what Celia does. Celia runs. Yellow is up here. It looks like Yellow had a barbarian hero. That doesn't mean that they are the barbarians, but if they are barbarians, we need to be pretty careful. I'm going to travel by road, attack these rogues, engage them. 120 experience. Soak up the experience. And I'm actually going to take the gold here over the experience, mostly for this reason. There are still rogues that Mandigal can grab, and there's still these golems that we can purchase. A little bit of extra gold is going to be useful just to make sure that we don't have any problems. We have plenty of need for more spell points. We're going to go from 21 up to 40, and then 2 additional sulfur. Oh goodness, we might have wasted a little bit of time. We probably would have been able to... Hello. We probably would have been able to attack Crag Hack if we had decided to. I hope that Crag Hack and whoever else is here runs into the castle and then they try to defend against us. I think that we will let them. If that's what they want to do, we will let them, and we will take everything else. We will take everything else. They're going to have to move Celia out in order to move Crag Hack in. Will the AI do that or not? I'm not too sure. I have no idea, actually. I'm going to not... I'll pick up the orchard because I don't trust myself to need the resources later and not have them, or rather have a need for the turn to build something. You know, like, hey, I got gold for a moat and a left turret, right turret. I just don't have the time. So for that reason, I'm going to build the orchard now, just in case for later. Mandigal, I'm going to go back to this wagon camp. Yellow did not go through the elementals, so I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust, which might be a big mistake. I'm going to trust. But they're not going to come through right now anyway. They might come through very soon, but not right now. And then we're going to pick up as many of these rugs as we can get, 40 of them, and we're going to head back. It's going to take way too many turns to get here. This is as far as we will go. Let's see if Crag Hack turns and fights. A few bone dragons is nothing to sneeze at. I'm guessing that it's probably 1 bone dragon. No, he does not. And this is massive for us. Massive. Because we're going to pick up experience. We're going to pick up +1 to defense and treasure. And we're going to corner Crag Hack. We're going to pick up spells. This is good. This is excellent, actually. So, you encounter the infamous Black Knight after a grueling duel ending in a draw. The Knight, out of respect, offers you a pair of armored gauntlets. That's +1 to our defense. I'm going to pick up the treasure chest. If he ran so far, I don't think anything's going to change over here. I think we have time to get the experience, get the +1 to our morale with the leadership, which is massive. And then we'll clean up this shrine and then go from there. That is our plan. That's my plan. And then actually, I'll have enough troops that I could actually resupply if I need to, and that'll help me take the fight better. Let's go to right about here. Right about here. Crag Hack definitely can get to about here. I don't think he can get much further than that. So we're going to go to here, and we're just going to sit and wait. We'll see if something happens over here. This is good, though. Crag Hack sees that, and he wants a part of me. I'm going to ignore this shrine of the first circle for now, then. We're going to do our meetup here. I think that Mandigal can get pretty far, and I don't think that we need to waste Kalindra's movement points. I just want to make sure that Mandigal can head back and not get attacked afterwards. Let's meet up, hand off these troops, and get our last little bit, because we definitely want the peasants over here, right? Nope. Hard disagree. And this is going to, you know, we're still going to have okay morale. Because of the basic leadership, it's not going to be great morale, but it's going to be okay. Might as well get this halfling over here, and then these slow peasants and Mandigal will take off the other direction. I do think we can beat Crag Hack. I think that 1 bone dragon for 150 hit points with our 6 Arc Magi, we're going to be doing just fine. They're going to go first with the speed 5, speed 6, speed 4, and he's only got speed 4 creatures and lower. So let's do this. Nope, I disagree. I disagree. We have spells. We're going to win this fight. Oh, he's got 2 bone dragons. I thought he would only have 1. Okay. Crag Hack the Barbarian. 6 attack, 2 defense, 1 spell power, 1 knowledge, 4 morale, good luck. That good luck is actually a little bit scary. And really, the poor morale for these 3 orcs, not a big deal. Really not a big deal. We are 1 attack, 2 defense, 2 spell power, 5 knowledge. So we don't have spells that pack a punch, but we do have the opportunity to cast many of them. And I'm kind of wondering, do we take out liches where we can? Or do we just focus the bone dragons? I think we're going to want to focus these bone dragons. Then again, it's going to be a while before you can kill one whole bone dragon. And you can definitely take 8 to 10 times 2 damage off the battlefield now by attacking the liches. I'm gonna use my first spell. I am going to cast Lightning Bolt instead of a Stone Skin, instead of a Bloodlust or anything like that. We're going to bring down these lich stack sizes. They're going to go before anybody else gets to go. Let's see if Crag Hack has any spells. Let's have the boars move up 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. Curse, good spell. I think that was a good use on their part. 7 to 9. We're going to lose some damage there. 50 damage. 41 damage. Wait, why are we doing more damage here than here? Oh my goodness. 12 defense as the base for liches versus the 9 defense base on the bone dragons. Let's start working on these bone dragons. We're going to have to kill them. They're going to be a huge issue, a huge problem. I don't know. I'm going to leave these troops for now. Let's win the fight, and then we'll worry about keeping people from running later. Sound good? Sound good. Can I get damage off there? Probably not. It won't hurt my feelings to encumber these liches. I think I can kill one now, and then when they attack on the next turn, because they're going to go before the rocks, then I think that I'll be able to destroy this one last lich and free up these rocks. By the way, you just killed 5 magi. That lightning bolt probably shouldn't have gone where it went. Oh boy. Okay, so the boars are going to take the damage here. They're not going to be able to kill one bone dragon. Is this even worth it? Is that a good use of the boars? I think right now, I think you'd... Well, the rogues have no retaliation, so they're going to attack with no problem. I think I actually want to keep troops alive as long as possible so I can cast more lightning bolts. We do kill one bone dragon there. We don't need to use the damage here to do that. I think that we actually kill these other creatures. Sounds crazy. No, because I want the rocks to attack without eating the retaliation. Let's have the boars eat the retaliation, and then we'll go from there. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Magi, I mean, you might as well hit him, buddy. Might as well. Or you could go into this position and then make the bone dragons make a decision. I think that the bone dragons are going to want to go down to the halflings. I don't think they're going to follow the mage. 15 hit points left. Maybe if I move, then the orcs are going to refocus here, or next turn I can maybe bring down some of their numbers there. 122 points of damage left here. 32 to 64. We do 39 hit points worth of damage. Our rocks, again, are cursed. 23 hit points on this top stack. We're going to do 27 damage. We are getting there. We're gonna lose, I'm betting, halflings. 31 all the way down. Oh my goodness. His attack skill is so high with 6 attack against my 2 defense. Not funny at all. We've got 50 spell points, or 50 damage on that lightning bolt. I think that we do something of a rope-a-dope. I think we do something of a rope-a-dope. So long as we have the 6-speed boars and the 5-speed mages, we're always going to go first. I think that we try, and I think that now we have to consider keeping him from running. We're going to take massive losses from this one bone dragon who just killed 30-something halflings. But I think it's best to make sure the Crag Hack simply does not run. And so we're going to use a strategy where things are going to be a little funky. They're going to be a little bit crazy. We're going to take some damage, knowing that it's going to hurt. Never mind, we don't have to. We don't have to. I was thinking we would have to get our steps right. I didn't think that the rogues were going to do this much damage, but they have the opportunity to kill this bone dragon completely. We're going to help by making sure that we lightning bolt, kill, and then the rocks. I think that 8 rocks should be able to kill 2 of these orcs, and then we take the fight without any more losses. Massive losses though. 32 halflings and 5 magi, but we killed 2 bone dragons. This is disaster though. 980 experience. We've got to have some good artifacts, please. We learned to curse. Hey, look at that observation. Nice job. And no artifacts, my word. We are definitely going to take the estates. I think that we have to defeat Celia. I think we do. It's day 5. We're gonna have time to go to the Magic Well and back, but we have to defeat Celia. might actually be worth it to think about getting another hero next turn just so we can get some additional iron golems into this army, because the hit points might be enough to keep us rolling. Still we see yellow and still we are scared. Is it worth it? 3,800 gold. A third hero feels like a huge waste here. But then again, maybe not. There's going to be opportunities out here. Only 6 halflings here, but there are 20 sprites here. Let's actually pick up Luna. Let's pick up Luna. Do we want to mix troops that badly? You're going to lose your +1 morale. Yeah, but you're going to need good troops to kind of assault those castle walls. And I think that the 1 Magi is not going to be useful at that point. So I think you're going to pick up Luna. And you're only going to have 1,300 gold to pick up some of these other really slow creatures. I think you're going to do it, though. Yeah, 4 iron golems actually might be enough to make that fight make a little bit more sense. Let's go to here. Oh, the peasants will stay. In fact, we're going to split the peasants just so each of these secondary heroes has some peasants to deal with. Let's go Magic Well, because full spell points is going to matter. That's why the golems make sense, is because you have more hit points to do more long-range fighting with. We're going to keep the Magi back, put the sprites in. Our morale is normal. We have no ranged creatures, but we have 2 flyers. And then we have a whole ton of troops that will just take hits. That seems okay to me. Not the best, but seems okay. Can we get right in front of her? No, we cannot. So we actually need to have Mandigal and Luna back off just a little bit. And then they're going to go 1 to the ore mine, 1 to the gems, and the sulfur. And then we're actually going to have 1 of each mine. Might as well pick up the navigation, because why not? And then we are going to push forward. Okay. And I do think that we have to take this castle this week. Gosh, 2 bone dragons. Did they get their bone dragons in week 1? Are there 2 more bone dragons in this castle? We're going to pick up the Thieves Guild in just a second to find out. Just to see what else we can find out here. No. So we fight this fight. And the phrase, it's a trite phrase, it's a well-used phrase, but it's such a good phrase, and the phrase is this: we ball. We're balling today, folks. That's what we're doing. Okay, so Blinder's gonna fight this fight. It looks bad. We got spells. The spells are what's gonna win this for us, not any of the other stuff. So, 1 Lich, not too big of a deal. I'm actually more worried about these sprites. I think I'm actually going to lightning bolt the sprites more than anything. 16 zombies is a ton, though. Goodness gracious, that's a ton. Still doing 50 damage here. That's going to kill all 20 of these sprites. I could kill 1 Lich and waste the damage. Let's kill 1 whole stack of the sprites that don't do any retaliation. And let's see what Celia the Necromancer has. We know that they have a curse, because Crag Hack had a curse. She's probably got something even better. Let's just see what we got. 37 down to 26. Still got 1 of those rocks left. It's a magic arrow. The magic arrow ended up doing 30 points of damage. That is something I can swallow. I can actually deal with that. Thankfully, my rocks, with their positioning, they're going to go after the mummies. And so they can actually go and kill this 1 Lich for me. I think I might as well save the sprites, make the towers do something to eat up the sprites. I think that's the best use for them at this time. Skeletons can't actually get in front of the Lich here. That feels okay. If I don't kill the Lich here, I'll at least kill him on the retaliation, even though I'm going to take some additional damage. Let's kill the 1 Lich. Perfect. Whew. If they've got bone dragons here and we get a 6th level creature, we're going to be doing okay. It is time for the boars to get out. I think the skeletons are going to want to attack the rocks. Do I cast the lightning bolt or do I cast the stone skin? The damage from the ballista and from the left turret, right turret, I don't think it actually is reduced. The damage is not reduced, I don't think, by stone skin. I mean, it follows that it must be, and yet it feels like they always hit just as hard no matter who they target. We're going to take the lightning bolt, I think, instead. 12 skeletons, 2 mummies, or 3 of these zombies. Who's got the highest defense? That's 6 defense, that's 3 defense, that's 2 defense. We're going to use the lightning bolts on the highest defense troop, because magic doesn't care what your defense is. Magic don't care. No, it does not. Another magic arrow. Keeping those sprites back. Good use. Good use. And we're here. I think that we're here to fight. And so let's again, this time we're going to kill the skeletons who have not come yet. They've not done their fight. They're going to come up next. Let's kill 7 of them, down to 14. 4 rocks remain, and all of our troops are kind of swarming towards this one hole in the wall. That basic ballistics is actually fairly good for us. It's been okay. Once again, lightning bolt on the creatures that have the highest defense. We actually could kill, let's see, 5 to 7 of these skeletons. 2 to 3 damage, 2 to 3 damage. Yeah, but you're going to take more damage on the retaliation from the zombies, so let's kill skeletons while we can. Ooh, that good luck is not good. I mean, it's good for somebody. It's not good for me. I think that if I'm here, I can't actually walk forward and the next turn walk down. I think you need to be right in front. I think so. Huge, massive damage coming from the defenses. This is not good. Not good at all. Let's kill... Let's see. We've got to kill one whole stack. I think that we got to devote our time to killing skeletons here, and then no retaliation, unfortunately. Okay. We got to kill one whole stack, because that might be the difference between one whole extra round of tower shots or not. Celia still has 11 spell points, so she's still got some more 30 points of damage bits coming out. We're here. There's only 2 rogues left. My word, I think at this point the rogues actually just need to back off. They're not going to be useful. And then there is only 36, 37 hit points left on these mummies. But we're going to need to take them out at some point. Let's waste a little bit of damage, but let's do that. Let's back the rogues off. Maybe they'll take some turret shots or some of these other things. And so long as these rocks are cursed, it might be better just to back off. I think that the boars are committed. The boars are going to go down. We can do 12 points of damage. I think it's better to just back off. We're going to do more damage with our lightning bolts than anything. Okay. 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 Everybody's just skip. Everybody wait. Boars are actually going to go all the way down. Lightning bolt here. And we're killing 3 zombies at a time. Let me do the math. Oh no. We really needed the ballistics more than I thought we would. Because if we'd had the advanced ballistics by now, we would not be dealing with the left turret and the right turret. Yeah. Let's kill 1 zombie here, and then we're just going to die on the retaliation. No, I think we go all the way down. And then we make the towers waste another shot. Okay. This is so bad. Skip. And there's still 2 more sections of walls. Folks, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. Skip again, skip again. 9 left. We are going to lightning bolt. We're going to depart. So sad. My goodness. Cowardly Kalindra flees from battle. 20 sprites, 6 boars, 37 rogues go down with the 4 golems, with the 8 rocks. I think that you could see the strategy I was going for. Unfortunately, we were just too shy. We spec'd highly into our knowledge, and that was good, but I really would have preferred to have 1 additional spell power instead of 1 of those bits of knowledge. Now, all is not lost. It's not good, don't get me wrong, but I see some opportunities here. Here's the worst thing. Kalindra's here. I'm pretty darn sure that tomorrow she's not going to be here. And I can't purchase her back. There's nothing I can do. She's here. We're good. We're good. Never mind. Whew. I was a little bit concerned. But we do have this treehouse here. And that's 15 sprites. We've got to get over here. Let's go in this direction. We're so slow. There's a few. Mandigal, it's got to be you, man. Oh, they purchased some skeletons. They purchased a few skeletons. It's bad. We definitely need these sprites, but I don't think we're going to have enough movement points to go here and there. Let's go to here. With 900 movement points, that's going to be 75, 150, something. And you have to go all the way around. If we're right here, we're still going to have to go all the way around. we're not going to have enough movement points. We have to fight this fight as best as we can. That's so sad. That is so sad, but we have to do this. Mandigal, please. Please. He can't do it. We just lose. Dang. Okay. So, what did we learn today, kids? That Heroes of Might and Magic is hard. But fun. I'm having a good time with this. Yeah, and we are going to run because there's no point in sticking around. And with no ability to purchase our primary hero back right now, with the enemy about to resupply here, I think that's quite clear that we are officially sunk. So we really got to get that fast start. And I think that truly this scenario is not meant for the Wizards. I don't think it's meant for the Wizards. We got incredibly lucky with our Magi, but I think I want somebody that's a little bit faster. I think that ideally you take Barbarians and in the first 3 turns, you go south and you just defeat whoever's here. You don't even care. You ignore this land bridge for later. You go right here and you deal with this enemy, take their castle, and then you fight back up to the north. So that's what we're going to do. This is another restart. I do like when I do the one-shot playthroughs, like the Who Am I was my all-time favorite because I said that as soon as I lost, that'd be the end and I would quit that scenario, and I did. Not here. Not so here. And that's fine. I'm having a pretty good time with that. We are going to go with the Barbarians for the strategy, though. We know that there is ore, we know that there is wood, and I think that that's going to be just fine for us. Still on impossible difficulty. With the ore and with the wood, I think we can at least get our ogres. Maybe we can even get a little bit more here. So it's now Jezebel with the 3 attack, 1 defense, 1 spell power, 1 knowledge. And we're going to clear in this general direction and down as we pick up this 7,500 gold, which is so very useful. And in fact, we're going to get the ore now, get the rogues and this wood, and then just shoot straight down south. Straight south. Adobe, we're still going to need more of that ore. Let's get the stick hut while we can. Let's get the den before anything else happens. We're not going to get a second hero, I think. Atlas would have to have a lot of troops to make that seem viable to me. I think that the margins are going to be a little bit slimmer than we would otherwise like. 32 rogues, not as many this time as there were last time. That's okay. And my hope is that by the end of day 1, we are going to be knocking on the enemy's house. We're going to blow their house down. 2,000 gold, I think, is more important right now than the 1 level of experience. We might stop for the gazebo, we might not. And actually, that gold gives me the opportunity to potentially think about doing an Atlas trade. Then again, getting the Mage Guild level 1 and the ogres, I think it's going to be the very best thing for me since there is that spell along the way. So Jezebel is going to stop in before she does anything else. And all these resources, they will wait. Like, we can keep those for later. Oh. We're short on the ore now. Yep, we're short on the ore. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to purchase all the troops that we possibly can here now. We needed the spell book, the slow, the stone skin, the cure. We needed those, and plus we needed the opportunity for this shrine of the first circle to be useful for us. Let's purchase what we can now. No upgrades. And let's head out. Pick that up. We're going to get the gazebo. We're going to get the shrine. And we have 4,000 gold left. Let's get Atlas. Oh, we needed 1 wood anyway. We're going to get Atlas because next turn it's going to be his job to purchase the Adobe and purchase whatever ogres he can send along the main road. In fact, he's going to go... Does he have movement points to get this campfire and then go back? I don't want to risk it. I got a strategy in mind, and the timing is very particular. So, with the strategy... What are we missing now? We don't have wood. We don't have wood. How far can Atlas get down this road? He can get all the way to there. So, pick up here. We'll take the leadership because it's going to help us the most now. And it's already day 5. I don't think we have time to get the Shrine of the First Circle. The slow, the cure, the stone skin. You're hoping you get something else. You're hoping you get something that's going to really be good for you. I don't think that you should plan on it. I think you should be grateful for what you have. And Atlas will have enough movement points. He can just check. But for now, Adobe, with the resources we just collected, it's only going to be 1 ogre, isn't it? Even 1 ogre. Even one ogre. We might have time to go back and get one more weeks or one more bit of varied troops. Let's send everybody over. No, we specifically got this ogre for a reason here. I suppose you could say that the 32 rogues, better or worse than 4 ogres total. I think that they're just as good or better. So I'm fine with this for now. And then Atlas is going to take a couple steps back, pick up the gold, and he'll drop on the shrine in 1 second as we continue down the way. We're going to fight this just for the experience. We are not losing any of these troops. We don't have the luxury of losing a single troop, quite frankly. And worth noting that we actually don't know what the enemy has in store for us. What do I mean by that? I mean that we don't know if they're necromancers again. There's a good chance that they're not. There's actually a really good chance that they are not. So we will see what we get. From here, fights 1. And we will actually defeat the air elementals. Do we go out of our way for the 1 artifact? It's day 5. We're going to have 2 more days to get down this road. I think we have just enough time. Then again, treasure chest. I think you'd rather have the experience along the way. Oh, but I think you can have it all. I think I can have it all. Let's do this. There's a paladin, and that changes my plans a little bit. I'll accept that loss. That seems right. Take the luck. Take the experience. Can't lose these wolves, but they really want to run right into their death. Imagine being a wolf, and you're like, "Can I please? I just want to maul," and you just say, "No, I'm sorry, can't be done." By the way, we use this terrain to kind of block this off, and so the AI is going to go all the way around instead of coming across. And we can actually play with this back and forth. We're not going to lose any troops, but it might take us a second just to make this work out nice and sharp and shiny. In fact, watch this. And now we wait here, and this guy's going to actually block it off here, so the rest of them are going to go this direction. If we kill, let's kill this guy as much as we can, and then wait on everybody else. Let's see. Oh, we better kill this gentleman right here. There we go. And then 14 hit points there. Not all the damage is gone there, but we should be able to kill him here. And I don't think we're going to lose one on the retaliation. We don't. The goblins are going to back off. And then we just get perfect splits every time. Every time. Skip, kill, and kill. Sweet. 250 experience. We don't need to stop in for this well this time. We're going to take the experience now. Experience is going to be much more useful than anything else. Archery is going to be much more useful than anything else right now as well. And Roxana, I think, is going to get home. I'm going to be very, very sad. This is a View Minds spell. I'm glad I didn't wait. The 5 extra ore might be useful, might not be. Tough to say. We're not going to be able to pick up the bridge. This is a trip strictly here for the ogres. I'm going to spend the time to get the well before I do anything else. And now we're going to go back down and out. Can we make it? We can make it to right here. So tomorrow, it's going to go Atlas, and then Jezebel's going to turn around with a kiss. Just take 3 more ogres, and we're going to defeat our foes. That's really frustrating. That's super frustrating. I mean, that's just bad. Okay. Can I get sufficient troops here to stop the enemy? I think so. I think with a little bit of extra damage from the left turret, right turret. We'll go with the right turret. I think that that's going to be enough. And actually, Atlas will, instead of attacking, he's going to stay right here. He's going to split up his ogres, and we're going to weather the storm. Because Roxana didn't want to make it easy on us. That's fine. Day 7. You know what? I messed up. It's day 7. We have to get there on day 1. We don't have to get there by day 7. I could have turned around and gone from here and attacked after I got the troops, and then I could have made it back in time. Huh. Interesting. These losses are completely unacceptable. Only because I'm sad. And the enemy runs. 4 spell power. Goodness gracious. I'm going to cast... Let's see. I'm going to cast Stone Skin on the orcs. And then I'm just going to hit auto combat because I don't think that I'm going to fight this fight any better at all. Yeah, it's just going to be a slog, and it's not going to be fun for me or for you. Yeah, and that saved 3 orcs. So 9, 27, 40, and 3. The enemy does run. It cost them only 100 gold. Only 100 gold. And now they don't have a laboratory this time. A lot of variance in this map. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? Okay, well, it's day 7, so if you don't defeat my castle here now, I will kill you tomorrow. So let's just see how this goes. Okay. This was actually probably the best thing that could happen. They didn't even take any of my resources here. Atlas is going to purchase himself a spellbook. For 500 gold, he's going to purchase all of these troops. And it's not much, but the 6 ogres into 7, that's pretty okay for me. I'm going to let Jezebel try and find some additional resources here. I don't really know what we can find. Maybe along the road there's going to be some treasure. Nope, it looks like centaurs. Yeah, the enemy didn't do nearly so good this time as they did last time. Archery, for sure. For sure. But we've done our week 1 strategy where we just completely overwhelm the enemy, and that feels pretty okay. And we definitely win this fight, no matter what spell she has. Ogres just have too many hit points. I'm probably going to lose all 3 of these ogres, but that's going to be just because of spells and nothing else. They're going to have to come to me too because there's no ranged creatures. Hopefully she only has like a magic arrow. We will see. Let's see, Stone Skin Cure. We will deal with those in a moment. Haste. I'm actually fine with the haste. And this gives me an opportunity to consolidate all my ogres kind of here towards the top. Good. We're going to back off now, see what these zombies do. And that strategy for these enemy creatures is actually pretty good because they're going to be able to outrange my 2-speed ogres. And so what I'm going to do is actually back off a little bit. I'm going to try and get the goblin to take this hits 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stick the goblin right here so maybe it can take the damage from this zombie. So far, so good. Perfect. And then we're going to get the first hit on these zombies. Whether it's with my big stack or my small stack doesn't really matter to me. Big stack first. Heck yeah. And so that's going to be our Stone Skin. And then truly, from here, there's nothing I can do to make this fight go any better or worse for me. It's just a matter of hitting each other as hard as you possibly can until one of you dies. We will kill skeletons on the retaliation. Unless the skeletons go first, attack my big stack. Big stack retaliates against them and then does not retaliate against their skeletons. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way, I can't stop the skeletons. Do I take out one more zombie or do I take out one more skeleton? Let's just kill the one more skeleton. Oh wait, no, they're hasted. And so the zombies, unless this haste wears off, which it does. We tried. Skeletons are going to take that retaliation. What a shame. What a shame. One ogre goes down. And I'm just going to hit Q because I think that we all know exactly how this battle's going to go. Right after I cast one more Stone Skin. Cool. Okay, we saved 2 ogres there. Medal of Valor, good pickup. And blue player has been vanquished. And we know that the last enemy has a land bridge over here. Maybe you can get through here. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. But we've got tons of land. This is all ours. And now let's expand very, very aggressively. Let's pick up gold. Let's focus on gold. And then focus on everything else from there. Do I have any need for these precious resources? Now I kind of do because the laboratory, we're actually not too far away from it. If I can get 5 crystal, sulfur, mercury, and gems, we actually might be in business. Here's mercury. Here's gems. More mercury, crystal, sulfur. I see no sulfur. Let's keep an eye out for sulfur. And otherwise, let's go. Okay. Any other purchases to make? I think not. Sulfur mine, though. That's going to go pretty far. And this horde of centaurs is so much, but they could be guarding also, again, so much. Oh, I do not like my odds here. I do like my odds better against halflings, and then after I pick up this tree house, I can do some other stuff. Let's be smart. I think that we have a little bit of time to breathe before the enemy pops out and surprises us. That's 4 sulfur. That's actually massive, because then I can potentially look at getting one of my marketplaces, maybe even 2 of my marketplaces. Do I get the statue now? I think that that's going to be actually really good for me, because the gold is going to be very useful. We already got a statue here. No well, though. Interesting. And then troops to purchase. Why are there 7 wolves here? Did I already purchase those? Did I not take them with me with Atlas? What? Okay. We will pick up the wolves, and then we're going to take this army and go defeat these archers. In fact, be a little bit smart. Let's just purchase let's purchase all 10 of the orcs, because we don't know what we might be running into. We really don't. We don't know what we might run into. So, any sense in staying here overnight? 5 spell points up to 10. Not worth it. Let's go. Windmill, +2 to our ore. More ore. And then I don't love this fight, but loss is better than a horde. And then again, with the halflings or with the treehouse, we could maybe do some more. This split looks pretty bad. This is not a fight I think I can actually take. Oh my gosh. Lots of halflings with this army? I don't think so. Don't think so. I don't even love fighting the archers with this army, but I'm gonna do it. I think that these losses are actually acceptable. 2 and 5. Let's see if I can do any better, though. This one tree, it's just right in my way. Thanks, guys. I'm going to stone skin the wolves, because I think that because they're so far across the battlefield, they're going to take a lot of damage, a lot of attention. Let's kill this bottom stack, do 2 to 3. We kill 3 of those archers. And then slowly but surely, our ogres will just lumber across the battlefield. Hey, that Medal of Valor is actually doing pretty good for us. That's nice to see. I guess it was too much to ask for 2 times in a row. We are now down to 1 last stone skin. I will cast it 1 more time, though. We will do our retaliation up on that big stack of 5. Oh, yeah. Okay. And actually, I think I might even just finish off these 3 archers. No, the responsible thing is to kill 2 more archers down here. I don't love it, because then you're going to leave archers up there. You can't really avoid it. You're going to leave some damage on the table. All of these ogres have gotten down the battlefield much quicker than they otherwise would have. That was actually pretty massive. Let's try and kill a stack of 5 instead of a stack of 3. Orcs, they're going to knock off this top stack. What did we say it was? 2 and 5? We lost 0 and 4. So we did much better. We're going to take the luck. Very useful. Picking up the ore. I guess I could have gotten this wagon camp. What do I care for peasants? But then again, I know that there's lots of gold over here. Let's get resources and hopefully this either +5 or 500 gold magic garden. And liches are going to actually help quite a bit, especially against ranged creatures because of their high defense. None of these other creatures I want, but the liches I'll take. I'll even leave the rogues and take the 1 wolf just so my morale isn't absolutely trash. I'm going to take just 1 step. I can go this way if I need to, but I want to see if there's something here. There is a sawmill here. Gold, 3,500 gold. Is it worth it to send a hero this way? What are my main purchases? I'm not going to build a single other dwelling in this castle. This castle is for marketplaces and for what we've already got here. We are going for the laboratory. I don't think we have the opportunity to get to the laboratory because the gold is just too far away. We do have the marketplace, though. We have the marketplace here. Let's get the marketplace here. We have 3,000 gold now. We have to get up to the 10K. So 7,000 gold. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Ignore crystal. There's more gold over here. There's a couple stacks of gold here. There's also gold here. Let's take the gold where we can. That's 1,000. That's an extra 400. We'll pick this up on the way back. And hopefully there's no enemy right there. That would just be devastating. Just heartbreaking. Ignore the well. You got to get the well. We're going to wait on the well. That might be a bad decision. There's gold here. Treasure here. So we're going for treasure more than anything, right? That's the plan. Glorious battle. No problems. Get the gold now. 2,000 gold. Come on, baby. We're going to pick up these sprites. We're going to get rid of this one wolf. Sorry, buddy. And then there's gold over here. That's going to be too many days away. We're right here. We got to pick up the witch's hut. Got to be smart with our movement points. That's 1,000 gold in that pile. We're going to make it. Sweet. Terrific. 500 gold. 600. This feels like the Michael Bay movie Armageddon with Ben Affleck and... what was his name? The guy from Die Hard. Bruce Willis. And they're digging and they're trying to get through the middle of the meteor. And eventually they get drilled down deep enough that they can drop a nuclear bomb into this meteor that's going to crash into Earth and destroy life as we know it. It's a mass extinction event. And they finally break through the crust and they barely get there. And we're at 759, 780, 800 feet. We did it! That's what getting to this amount of gold feels like. And now we just have to trade for 1 mercury and 1 gem. But we can do that. I think that we're going to make that happen. No problem. Ballistics. That's what I needed last time. Great. There's mercury here. And that mercury actually is one of the resources we need to trade for. So we're going to get that. So we don't have to trade for 1 additional resource. And then this campfire might be something that can help us with what we need. Let's take this now. Okay. Big losses here. I actually think that these losses are pretty fair, all things considered. This is actually a hefty amount of skeletons. Is it worth it to slow one of these stacks? We got 1 spell power. I think that we actually slow this bottom stack so that we only have to deal with 3 stacks of skeletons at a time. Then again, if I do that, are they going to use their superior speed? No, because I have the 6-speed wolves, and so they're not going to try and just jump on me at the last second. If the AI does not have a speed advantage, they won't use that tactic that we've seen before. So for that reason, I think that the slow is actually useful. We're going to slow, we're going to slot in right here, and we're going to go into this purely defensive position. Let's see how far. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if you didn't have this terrain, you couldn't make it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like you can get through here as well. Let's kill closest creatures first. And yeah, I think that that slow is actually going to be the most useful for me. I will take the damage from these 14 skeletons with my 6 ogres. I will do that. Yep. Oh no, I didn't want to take 2 though. That's a little bit more than I'd hoped on. Let's kill this closer stack. Killed 9 to 14. Wolves will probably slot in 1 second. It's right here. Yep. And then minimal damage from only 3 skeletons. And then 14 skeletons are going to kill 2 wolves. Okay. And that's that fight. Don't love it, but 1 and 2 is still much better than it otherwise would have been. This campfire, 6 gems. That's what we needed. That's our gems and our mercury. We're not going to need to actually trade anything else. We got tons of gold. I don't want to buy this artifact for 2,500 gold and 3 wood. Totally not worth it for +1 attack. That's, you could think of it in terms of 2,500 gold for an additional 10% damage or an additional 5% damage, depending on where you're at on the attack versus defense kind of spectrum. But, meh. It's just not that great. We're going to pick up the well now so that when we get our bone dragons, they're going to actually give us all of our bone dragons. And we got to get the centaurs. We got to get the mercury. I say got to. We don't, it's not a must, but it's going to be pretty useful. And again, we're fighting this fight now, whereas before we did not. Why? It's not the morale. It's because of these sprites. The core morale is just because of these liches. I think that the liches are going to take the damage more than the sprites will from these centaurs. Actually, it looks like not. I'm going to accept these results. These sprites are basically a rental. A one-time rental. There's 6 mercury, and that is our laboratory. Somehow we did it in 2 weeks, whereas the AI last time did it in 1 week. They just did pretty good. Yeah. Give them a round of applause. They did better. They did better than I did, and I don't feel bad about that. Lots of dwarves. There's about to be... We're going to defeat them. I wonder, should I stop in for the spell? I don't think it's going to be that useful. 1 more sprite goes down. Basic logistics. That's great. That's an additional 10% movement that we're going to have at the beginning of next turn. That's excellent. That's an extra 1 step or an extra 100 movement points by road, diagonals. It matters. It adds up. I said I wasn't going to purchase anything over here. Will I, though? 8,000 gold. We're going to need all of that to get bone dragons and liches and stuff. I think for 4,000 gold and 20 ore. Nope. I think we're going to get the left turret, though. And that's just an investment in this town's security because the town is the win-loss condition, nothing else. Tell you what, though. I am going to pick up Vesper. Phixfox, you're not going to spring for the 4,000 gold to get the trolls, but you are going to spend the gold on another hero and some town defenses when you don't even see an enemy nearby. Yeah, I know. Oh, great. Well, now I feel foolish. View Mines, we might as well cast that right now just because. I thought that maybe this would be another land bridge, and quite honestly, the fact that I know that I'm only fighting a war on one front now is terrific for me. That's everything I need to know. I'm fine. Interesting point here, by the way. It looks like this map is set up in such a way that the goal is always for you to kill your enemy here in the south as quickly as possible, and then fight through those water elementals right here. That's always been the plan, right? Because you share this half of the river, and then yellow has access to all of this half. They're going to be tougher regardless of what you do. And that actually changes the way that I approach this map had I known that. Of course, rushing down here as quickly as possible, that was always the best decision. We just didn't know it until we went this far. I'm actually going to... on Jezebel? I think the gold's going to be more important than the levels. I do. There's still a couple of... let's see. There's no gazebos. There's going to be stuff. There's still going to be stuff that she can get. Statesman's Quill reduces the cost of surrendering to 10% of the total cost. This is actually a pretty great artifact. I'm happy to see this. You pause to help a diplomat with a broken axle fix his problem. In gratitude, he gives you a riding quill with magical properties, which he says will help people see things your way. Okay. We're going to grab our troops. Vesper's going to grab the troops for us. And he's going to shuffle them to the front in short order. It's going to be fairly costly. I don't think that we need to worry about where our mage guilds come from. Blind, we've got to pick up the blind spell before we head over this water bridge. And I think that we're probably going to be about as strong now as we're ever going to be. Basic estates, always a privilege, always a pleasure. Okay. And then we're going to have one mixed army because there's not enough troops here in just the Necromancer town, and there's not enough troops here just in the Barbarian town for me to really justify doing more than that. We're going to upgrade these other troops, though, because the difference between Ogres to Ogre Lords is massive. Absolutely tremendous. 4 Bone Dragons. Boom. Well, we're out of Power Liches. Until we do this. And Atlas has been a good hero. Level 2, he's going to give this on over. He's been a good hero. He's fought some fights, but really it's going to be this leadership that helps me avoid major problems with my morale that makes things go well for me. Not to mention, now that I think about it, honestly, plus that little bit of morale here, we are in a really good spot, and I didn't even realize how good of a spot until just now. So that last Lich is going to get purchased. No zombies, no skeletons. The rest of these troops are all going to be the Barbarian troops. Let's dip out with the sprites. Goblins are not going to make it into the final army. Neither will rogues. It's probably going to be orcs, ogres, bone dragons, liches, and probably wolves, most likely. And so Jezebel will continue on. We never picked up the sawmill. We were too busy. We just had no time. Vesper will pick it up next time. Fret not, Jezebel. You got stuff to do. Do not worry. Aha! I see you. You see me. And the important thing is that our Atlas is going to get away. And we're going to take his troops in short order. We might even pick up another level of Mage Guild, just depending on what we got going on here. I will take the one wolf right now for him. And then Vesper will give over the rest of these ragtag troops over to Atlas. Jezebel will sit. Gotta get this stick hut. 3,200 gold's gonna take all my gold just to upgrade the Ogre Lords. Let's do that first because that is the most important thing. That's a huge upgrade. 8 Ogres to Ogre Lords is massive. And then we'll see about what our gold looks like in just 1 second. Okay. Okay. Vesper is gonna move over all these spare troops. 6-speed wolf as a travel companion. And maybe we can actually bait the enemy to go through these water elementals. I don't think it's really going to weaken them that much, but it's at least an interesting thought. And I do want Atlas to actually fight. No, I do not. I'm going to need one hero who can run troops from point A to point B for me, can I? Won't I? So these troops are actually going to stay in this castle as defenders. And with 2,600 gold, do we get the upgraded orcs? It's a tremendous upgrade, and then we can actually purchase more of them. Granted, we still have 6 Ogre Lords. We can just spend 6 or 1,000 gold on a 2nd level Mage Guild. We're going to have Slow, Cure, Stone Skin. I need a damaging spell. Maybe I get the blind here, and then I don't have to pick it up in that other spell shrine. Cold Ray, damaging spell. Damaging spell plus the blind. That was the right decision. It worked out anyway. It's hard to say it was the right decision if, like, maybe it was. But then again, maybe it wasn't. I'm going to take 3 goblins for now. Maybe they'll slot in and be useful, but then it's not big enough of a stack that I'll feel bad if I have to get rid of them. We're going to head out only to about... Well, we got to get the blind. Let's go grab the blind, and then we can see what happens here. This is exciting. This is exciting. There's our blind. Atlas is, again, dropping off troops for now. And he's going to keep the gargoyles at the moment. Not a bad time to get rid of the centaurs. Sure, they can be good defenders, but in such small numbers, I'm really not thrilled about what they could do for us. And actually, we're going to have one more turn. Vesper is going to stand at attention here. Jezebel is going to push forward through the crystal mine. Because again, I think I'm pretty tough. And if I can get a castle here before the beginning of week 4, we're going to be in good shape. I think we got a little bit of a hero chain from here to here to here. And let's see this in action. We can't upgrade the stick hut because then we're going to have no additional room. And I do want the flexibility to be able to split the bone dragons if that's what the fight calls for. Then again, maybe you just need strength. Maybe you just need as strong of troops as possible. We're going to have multiple heroes backing up our primary hero, right? Is it a bad idea just to purchase the best troops and then send them? I don't think so. So let's just actually have Atlas drop off troops. Vesper is going to be the one who's really sticking his neck out. And Atlas is going to head south so that he can maybe bring bone dragons up to the front. That's an additional 500 gold. Vesper gets to here. Troops go over. And right now, we're going to have wolves help with this fight. So somehow we end up with positive morale and good luck on a hero that's got bone dragons and, well, the barbarians. But we're going to pick up some gold and experience here. Tremendous. Spiffing. And this is interesting. Do I go left or do I go right? Watchtower, that's actually kind of interesting. I want to get that as soon as possible, but I don't want Vesper to go down needlessly. Let's just continue to walk forward slowly. And let's cast View Mines one more time. I'm guessing that because there's mines just hidden here in the darkness, that means that there's no castle. I'm guessing that there's a castle right here. We're going to have Jezebel go straight forward. Just straight on. She's got 2 days to get to this area here. She can do it. And we can get to the watchtower and maybe get some more orcs over. Yeah, the enemy's not popping out of the darkness. This is good. That's going to be 16 more orcs. That's massive, actually. And this is good, actually, because now we can see where the terrain is and where it is not. We're going to have to go down in this direction. So let's go here to here. 41 orcs. Nothing to sneeze at. We are not here to stop for things. We are here to get things. This is a road. This is our road. View mines again. Goodness gracious, golly. And I still don't know what the enemy is. I don't know what faction they are. I'm a little bit concerned about what we're going to find. But again, if we can get a castle, we're going to be doing pretty good. I'm wondering if we're going to get attacked right now. We do not. Vesper's going to go first so that he can maybe do some scouting. We're going to go south with him. Okay. Okay. We found this castle, but I might have made it so that I can't travel by road. I have to go around. And so for that reason, knowing that's day one, and knowing that it's likely that wizards are not going to be incredibly tough right now because, hey, they've got to do a great job of building up. It's going to be very costly for them to build. We're going to head north instead. Their primary hero is a wizard. Scary. Okay. We have more heroes than they do, so they've got 1 or 2 heroes. Okay, they do have giants. They're not going to get titans. We're going to avoid this fight for one more day. I hate to do it, but we can't reach anyway. Let's go up the road and let's risk it. Let's hope that there's a castle up here that we can potentially use to make our time worth it. Yes. Yes. No. Titans. No. No. Month 1, week 4, day 1 is too slow. This is too slow. And you have giants backing you up. My word. What am I to do? We have to fight this. I don't think that we're going to outbuild you. You have 2 towns of the same type. There's no way I'm going to sit back off of 2 castles and outgrow you. And I'm not going to spec into magic very well. I think that this is truly my best fight, and I must take your castle here. If I can take this castle, I think I then win the scenario. I'm guessing this is going to turn into a loss. This is going to look like a loss. We'll see what we can do. Final things to consider as far as where my troops lie. 41 orcs, and the ogre lords are near them. Dragons can be anywhere. Wolves are kind of right in front of the gate, and then liches at the bottom. Don't think we could do any better. Jezebel, level 5, 6 attack, 2 defense, 1 spell power, 1 knowledge. We do have the basic ballistics. We do have the advanced archery, so we shoot with no penalty over those walls. We do have plus luck, plus leadership. Okay. Looks like we're not going to kill that 1 titan that we already talked about. Let's fight this fight and see what we're up against. 3 giants is so many giants. This is so many giants. No. Okay. And 1 titan. If this was 2 titans, I would immediately not fight this fight, but I'm gonna soldier on as best as I can. I'm going to do my very, very best. It's quite possible, by the way. It's quite possible that the other castle is actually where I should be going. The problem is that because I didn't know it was there, I think that from where I was, I could either go south and maybe get that castle to the south, or maybe this is the only castle I could get this day. I used all my movement points to get here today, by the way. If I could travel by road, maybe I could go to the south, and maybe that southern castle is less upgraded, less defended. Maybe that's where I really should be going. Because if it also has a cloud castle, then I will be able to outgrow the enemy and then roll this battlement. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Let's do our very best here. We do have a blind. It's not going to affect the Titan or the Giants. 40 spell points. That's a lot. I think that the blind is probably one of our best options. We're going to do a lot of damage. We're going to really focus on these Titans, or this 1 Titan. No, I don't think we do. I think we actually want to... I think that we want to disrupting ray these giants, because I assume that a blind, or excuse me, a dispel or a cure will come out, and the Archmagi are going to get to go anyway. That's what I'm guessing. I think that disrupting ray on the giants, so that way the bone dragons can slot in here, is going to be maybe the best thing for you. Oh, but then again, the giants are just going to step right into here, and then the bone dragons can't even attack the Archmagi, and that kind of ruins that whole plan. Do you just waste the blind? It's going to be a waste. Or do you save your 1 cure for a disabling spell that Wilfrey will do? We're going to save the spell, just in case he has a disabling spell. This doesn't feel good. Disrupting Ray, that's what we were thinking. From 3 Bone Dragons down to, or from 4 Bone Dragons down to 3, with the top stack having 27 hit points left before the battle even gets started. I think that we still focus on these Archmagi. I think it is going to be useful for us. Good luck. Tremendous. Go from 8 down to 4. Good. Good. And again, these 41 orcs, that's a huge pickup. And actually, the Giants did what I hoped that they would do. I thought they would slot right into here, but they did not. And now I am going to use my 1 Disrupting Ray on these Giants because that's still a lot of hit points and a lot of defense worth of Giants. I'm going to get 1 good attack off on them. I hope I kill 1 right here. With my 3 Bone Dragons, I do. So that's great. That's pretty darn good. I think that 2 Bone Dragons, 2 Bone Dragons. I've got to kill these Titans. I've got to kill this 1 Titan. And if you don't kill him, you're sunk. The Liches are probably going to attack here next because attacking here is also going to harm my Bone Dragons. But we could kill 1 whole Giant here. Let's try and kill 1 whole Giant here. It's less likely than it is likely. We're going to try this, assuming that the Bone Dragons are going to stick around for 1 more turn of combat. Otherwise, I would attack these Archmagi. We do not get the other Giant. 133 hit points. 3 hit points left. Okay, good to know. Wolves are going down. Still have 2 Bone Dragons. I'm amazed we still have 2 Bone Dragons. And again, we talked about doing the damage down here. We're also going to damage the rocks. Okay, down to 1 Bone Dragon. 3 hit points left, though. Wow, it was so close. We're going to hope that this section of wall is going to go down quickly. And I've got to kill this one. I've got to kill this 1 Giant here. So I shall. 1 Giant goes down. There's only 1 Archmagi here. It's going to attack the Bone Dragon. Bone Dragon's going to retaliate. Unless 37 or more points of damage go onto this Bone Dragon, that's going to take the main ballista and a left turret or a right turret. I think that instead of doing that, we focus on this 1 Titan. We do have to turn our attention to this 1 range ship that will hurt us. They did not... The turrets did not attack the Bone Dragon, but that 1 spell did hurt. That's actually okay, though, I think. I think that that's actually okay. Down to 28 orcs. Not good. Not good. 196 hit points left. I don't think I wait anymore. I think I go out of the moat and I try and head south anyway. Continue to pour damage onto these troops here. Lightning Bolt. We got no more Liches. 27 of these orcs. My word. 118 hit points left. Let's Stone Skin the orcs. Let's keep them around for as long as we can. Whether we did it now or before doesn't really matter. And in large part, well, it does matter because you save hit points early. And then you have more damage output for longer. But it's only going to last for 1 turn anyway. We are aware of this. I think I actually try and go up north and maybe try and deal with this Archmagi with these wolves. 2 wolves go down. 23 hit points here on these orcs. The Ogre Lords are getting into the fight. You got to get this Titan, Betty. You got to do it. If you can't do it, nobody will. If you don't, nobody will. I do want to defeat this Giant. We will. They've already cast their spell for this turn. 12 spell points left. I'm going to kill the Giant. And then next turn, hopefully, these wolves are alive enough to do 18 damage to these Archmagi. My word, this is close. This is so close, but if we win, we win. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 73 hit points left. We do 42 damage. Oh. Perfect. Why he is saving his 12 spell points, I do not know. I've got to kill this Archmagi. That's a good use of my time. 5 Ogre Lords left. 5 left. We're going to ignore the Steel Golems. You got to do 31 points of damage, baby. It's more likely than not. No, it's right in the middle. This is a coin flip. This is a coin flip. Low end of damage is 25. High end of damage is 38. We need 31 hit points of damage. It's a little more likely than not that we kill this Titan. You got to do it, buddy. Right now, you've got to do this for me. Please. Yes! Hey, sweet. That is what we like. I think that... I don't think there's any point in saving troops right now. I think that we got to do damage while we can with the troops that we have. We're going to take retaliations. That sucks. Well, I think you got to get out the damage while you can. Down to 5 orcs. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to kill the troops I can kill. This 5 spell points left. I can't believe I'm saying this again. We needed the advanced ballistics. The tower shots have just destroyed us. We needed the advanced ballistics. This is going to force me to forever redo my tier ranking list. Because there's going to be 5 orcs, there's going to be 9 steel golems. It's just not going to happen. 11 hit points left, you got to kill the one rock. And there's still going to be one more main tower here. Let's see, 3 speed versus 4 speed. 1, 2, 3. We can't get away. Can't get away. We're going to skip though. It's going to make one more turn to come on out. Absolutely thrilling fight though. Absolutely thrilling fight. Tell you what though, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna do this. You don't see me do this usually, right? How often do you see me hit the autosave? The answer is not much. We're gonna do it. 2 things. Number 1, I have to see if we can reach this southern castle. We cannot, so this is completely out of the question. Cannot be done. Okay, good to know. And now, if we attack to the north, again, if we use our stone skin earlier, and if we use our stone skin on the bone dragons, is that going to be useful for us? And if so, how useful will that be for us? If we know that there's not going to be any disabling spells, we're not going to save the spell points for the cure. We're going to cast 3 stone skins. Disrupting Ray was pretty big though. Do we get more do we get farther with 3 stone skins? Or do we get farther with 1 Disrupting Ray? I don't know. I don't know. We are going to fight this fight again though. If you're not interested, I get it. But I'm interested. I'm very interested to fight this fight again. And I don't think that there's any changes I need to make here. I think that as far as where this is all lining up, I think that that is most appropriate for me. Okay, so 40 spell points still. Yeah, no cold rays. Blind is not going to really help. I think that we got to focus on this Titan quicker because it's still going to be a lot of ranged damage very quickly. Do I have a haste? I don't have a haste. I did in the previous playthrough. Okay. All right, let's just do a little bit faster here. 36, 16, 16. Disrupting Ray. That's why the Bone Dragons kept eating so much damage. My word. Let's, again, focus all the damage onto the Titans. Let's Disrupting Ray them now. Instead of Disrupting Raying the Giants, and this is probably, I think that this is less likely to do good for us. But then again, now there's all these creatures that the Liches can all fight. I don't know. I don't know. 66 hit points here. We can kill the Titan now. I think you're still going to want to kill these Archmagi that are going to get a good hit off on you in just 1 second. We only killed 2 instead of 4. I was really hoping for 4. Down to 3 of these Power Liches. They're still going to do some damage. It's not going to be that much. We are through, though. Look at this. We are through here. The Titan goes down. Let's take our shot where we can. And actually, where do we stone skin? I think we're going to stone skin later on these orcs. Yeah, I think we're going to do that in just a second, actually. Getting some good damage off. Going to here is just going to make us stop and then go and then stop and then go. Let's try it, though. We're going to ignore the steel golems. We're going to go through these rocks. Yeah. Ouch. Okay, and now I think that now we actually have to try and work on... Now we still got to kill these Archmagi. Lightning bolt on the power liches, or on the liches. Okay. Well, we're in. Ogres are coming in just 1 second. Next turn they're going to be in here. So we're actually in a lot quicker than we were last time. That's good. It's very good. And maybe the Stone Skin's going to go on the Ogre Lords, maybe. Because the range damage is not coming out anymore. Picking off the Titan early actually is really good. Really good. Rather than do just damage here on this one Archmagi or this one rock, we're going to start trying to kill these giants. The dragon is still around. 33 hit points left. He's still going. I wish that the wolves could have moved and attacked backwards. They just don't do that. Looks like it's not going to hurt me, though. The Ogre Lords are getting into the fight. And the Ogre Lords are going to do a better job of getting into the fight than the wolves will, actually. Let's kill the rock here. Because the giant, I think, is going to move down. Either to here or to here. Doesn't matter. Probably right here. So that way the Ogre Lords can't get in. But then we attack the giants pretty quickly. One giant goes down. I think that we've won this fight, actually, with this change. I think that this change is actually enough. We're going to Stone Skin the Ogre Lords. And do I lose the wolves? 2 giants are going to go before my wolves go. We kill here, die here. And then there's 204. Wait. Math is hard. 254 hit points here to chew through. I think that we've got this. Folks, I think that we've won this now, actually, with the Rico. And I think the point was to kill the Titans first. The Disrupting Ray does help out a lot. They had the defense skill of 14 versus the defense skill of 12. There was more hit points here, but they were putting out more damage quickly because it was ranged. And so they were able to defeat these orc stacks better than anything else. Huh. That's so interesting. I never would have thought that. I mean, it just made sense to me that, you know, you got to chew through all those hit points that you have with the giants anyway. And yet, even so, the Titans are still the force to beat. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jeez. You know, for all the Heroes of Might and Magic purists who say, man, Phixfox is great because he never reloads and he never loses. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. So for Valorant Combat, we've gotten 2,600 experience. You know, maybe I was just more loosey-goosey. Maybe I just wasn't stressing out about that fight as much. And so I fought it better. I don't know. There was definitely some different tactical decisions that were clearly better than others, but the margins were much better this time. 6 Ogre Lords and what, 12 remaining orcs? Pretty big. We're going to have the 50% more damage with our fire spells. No blind. Interesting. I didn't even know that blind was off the table. Very interesting. And it looks like our pathfinding is actually going to be fairly useful here. We're going to pick up the luck more than scouting or anything else. This feels great because we have 8 Titans to purchase. As soon as we get just a few Titans, we're going to head south. And with our 8 attack, 2 defense, we are going to crush this map. We're not going to purchase any more of these dragons. We are going to make sure that we have a marketplace everywhere we go. Here and here and here. We're going to end up trading for everything except for the gems. Yeah, we're probably going to leave here with 5 Titans in just 1 second. Unless there's a hero just in the darkness that we can't see, we're doing pretty okay. We're going to purchase the 1 Titan just so we have a good defender here. Yellow's coming. You're not going to be able to beat me, buddy. We are selling out at this point. First off with the ore, then with the mercury, then with the wood, then with the crystal, then with the gems. I'm just kidding. We're not going to sell the gems. We need those for Titans. I gotcha. Huh? I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. Trade that. And then we're actually going to end up trading enough gems to get just a little bit more gold we need to get to 5K. We got it. And with 3 gems left, with 1 gem left, and 10 gold, we now have our 4 Titans. And I think the 4 Titans wins this fight. I really think it does. Just to make sure, I'm going to step on Saracen to see what he has. I don't think there's anything he has that is going to actually scare me. I'm going to lose Vesper just for this, just to do the check. 17. I mean, this is okay. This is a pretty good army. This is actually pretty good. 0 attack, 4 defense, 4 spell power, 3 knowledge. Yeah, but his defense is good, but no attack. And he's going to have to do, he can't disable my main stack of creatures. We're going to focus on the Magi, and then we'll focus on everybody else, but we're going to be okay. It'll be fine. So, do we have any spells we can just throw at you? The answer is yes. Okay. Okay. And I am going to, well, I think he's going to turn tail. But if he does, that gives me one more day that I can just purchase more troops. Probably no more Titans. But at least I can fill out my army a little bit more with some other creatures. I'm actually going to go into 2 stacks of the Titans and probably grab rocks or something in a second. I think he's going to see that I just purchased 3 more Titans. He's going to run. But I'll collect him in his town in just a second. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? If he runs and picks up troops here now, that's bad. But then I get more troops. What's my gold? Nearly 4,000 gold per day. If I get him now, though, I don't have to beat him in his castle. And the castle, as we've seen, has been huge in these fights. I think that we actually do want to take the fight to him. So that's what we're going to do. Wait, stop, pause. Let's split up the Ogre Lords. So we have this split. We don't even have full spell points because we weren't able to sit overnight in the Mage Guild. And so we don't even have a Stone Skin. If we had a Stone Skin, I would consider having 1 full stack of Titans. But because we don't have a way to buff our Titans, we're just going to have to suffer. We're just going to have to suffer with our 8 attack. Ah. Oh. Let's see. Okay. And so, first and foremost, you gotta kill as many of these Magi as possible. You're only gonna get 1 shot at them. Now you might actually defeat the rocks because they're blessed. 4 to 8 damage. They're gonna do some damage. You can kill 2 to 4 right now. They're gonna be right on you in just 1 second anyway. No, because their attack skill is lower. You got to kill the high attack skill creatures first because they're going to be able to do more bonus damage to you. With your 17 defense, these rocks are going to do 25% reduced damage. They're going to do, 75% damage. The 11 attack skill Magi are still going to do better against your 17 defense. So you still kill the Magi. I see the bless. It's a good bless. Very smart, very, very wise, and yet I still know that there's a better opportunity. Splitting these Titans, I think, was the very best thing we could do. And save these Ogre Lords as much as possible. They don't want to fight if they don't have to. Not yet, anyway. We can keep the Boars from attacking these Titans. If we go here, does that matter? I don't think so. I don't think so. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if I found a way to kind of trap these boars, they're not going to stay trapped. So they're going to get to go next. It's a good thing we dealt with the Magi when we could. I think you just keep the Ogre Lords alive just to sit here and prevent these troops from diving right on top of you, because these boars are going to get on top of you in just 1 second. Anyway, kill 2 more of these Magi. 100 points of damage from the lightning bolt. That's actually pretty big. Yeah, the spells are actually going to be pretty massive, aren't they? Okay, got to do the damage while you can. 7 to 10, boars go down. Got to kill the rocks while you can. 2 to 3 are going to go down. I don't think we're going to take 88 points of damage in return. We did 92 points of damage from 23 rocks. Never mind. That's pretty bad because we're going to eat at least 2 more lightning bolts. That's going to be 200 points of damage more. We don't have that much damage to lose. We really don't. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a little bit of a waste, but we'll take it. Yep, 1 more lightning bolt. 104 hit points left. Titans are going to be faster than the giants. It's possible if you run out of your spell points, which you're about to, I could conceivably run, shoot, because I have 24 shots. Down to 23, but I got plenty of shots. I think that the Ogre Lords are going to take one step up and help attack in just a second. Continue to kill rocks where I can. That's a big loss. It's a huge loss. Yeah, it's a big loss. Kill where you can. Blessed rocks. Got to go down. Got to go down. One creature goes down. We got 186 hit points left on this Titan. Got to get out, but we want to avoid the steel golems. Let's go down. And actually, that's pretty okay because the giants aren't going to get to attack this turn anyway. Got to kill the rocks. Got to kill the boars. Yeah, there's just a little bit too much here, I think. A little bit too much here. And then you're going to magic arrow me a couple of times just for good measure. You've got to run. You can't stick around. Doesn't matter. Flee! We're discovered. Flee! Okay. At this point, I'm just playing for pride right now. That's more important to me than anything else. So the enemy is here. Let's do this differently. Let's, once again, sell out all the resources. Because I don't think there's any point in saving any. And maybe let's rethink this troop composition just a little bit. Is there anything... Hold on. Is there anything better than getting 4 Titans instead of 3? I don't think so. Like, I could have gotten 1 less Titan. But why? Next turn, I'll be able to purchase 1 more Titan anyway. Well, I won't be able to unless I trade everything minus the gems. I still think you're going to want the Titans more than anything. I think this time, though, you're going to have a left turret, right turret, emote, and we're going to make them come to us. And if they want to run, fine, so be it. Let them. We're going to have 1 stack of the Ogre Lords and 2 stacks of the Orcs. Do we have ourselves on group formation? I don't think so. I don't think so. Although, maybe we can split the Ogre Lords into 2 stacks, and because they're 4-speed instead of the 2-speed Orcs, maybe they can move up into a defensive position. That could be a thing. We do have the 1 gem. We could potentially use that to sell and then get, what, a halfling or 2? It's not a great strategy. We would need like at least 1 boar to maybe try and keep the enemy from getting to us. I'm just wondering if there's a group formation here that'll work. If we put, let's see, what, the Titans here and here. Is that better for us? Is that worse for us? It's already going to be better because now we're not going to have to deal with the boars getting right into our face so quickly. I think that we just let this fight go and see what happens here. I think that we have Vesper stay alive. Gems, gold. Crystal, crystal. Atlas is going to pick up whatever he can. 2 more gems. And that actually changes our fortunes a fair amount. That does. That does. One stack of ogres. Probably just 1 boar. Just to help cover up this Titan. Yeah, let's give this a shot and see what happens. Okay, the enemy runs. And the nice thing is this, is he ran this way instead of back to his castle. The only problem is that now he might run over the land bridge and take my undefended castle. Yikes, that's bad. So, not so good there. But then again, I don't, like, if he doesn't know where it's at, then that's not too scary. I'm going to park Vesper here in the corner. I think that that's going to draw Saracen all the way over there. And I think that this will make it so Jezebel can go down next turn with 1 more Titan and see what happens. Let's wait. I don't think that they can see us. We couldn't see them, so there's no reason for me to think that they can see us. Okay, and they go back because they're going to want to pick up some more troops. We've got 8,000 extra gold. They've got even more because they've got at least 1 more gold mine. Can we trade for 2,000 gold here? Let's just do the best we can. Let's see. Well, there's... Hold on. We are 2,000 gold away. That's 4, 6. We're nowhere close. Okay. still want him to come and get me. We will get stronger because we have Titans. He does not have Titans. We just have to wait. I'm overthinking this way, way big at this point. This is a big overthink. There's no reason for me to think this hard. He's going to go here, kill, and he might get to here, and we're going to cut him off before he can do much else. Okay, perfect. We just had to be close enough that it made sense to him to go back. And now there's 3 more Titans, and now we definitely win. We've avoided the fights. It just took, what, 2 losses and 3 autosaves to win this scenario? Oh my gosh. Oh. But, you know what? I think that the real joy was the story that we experienced along the way, which was a story of struggle, triumph, victory, and oh my gosh. He cannot be allowed to get by me. He cannot be allowed to get by me. He's on the beach, though. Beach doesn't have any penalty. Is he going to outspeed me? 1, 2. Is that enough? I've got to get rid of these slow orcs. They're 2-speed creatures. A 4-speed creature is my slowest creature. That's going to change my fortunes drastically. Wait a second. Why can't I go faster all of a sudden? Oh, I can't. I just thought I could. Weird how, if we're here, going here looks like it's just close enough, but going here is too far away. We must be right on the cusp. If he takes 1 step back, though, I think that we're going to have enough movement points because he's got the 3-speed steel golems. Even if he runs here, I think that we win in a foot race. I think we do. So let's just go. We'll catch him and we'll defeat his castle in just 1 second. Yep, so we're going to win him. We're going to win in the foot race. He doesn't want any part of us. I agree. He should be scared. We're going to still split the troops. We're even going to have 1 free stack of the Titans. And this is going to be a win, for sure. Enemy has fled. With 1 Titan and a little bit else, I'm not even going to... I'm going to fight the fight. It's going to look pretty. Okay. Magi. We actually have spells this time because we have a Mage Guild. And so what should we do here? Curse? We can do a curse. I hope that he actually... Wait, he actually just magic arrowed me instead of bless the rocks. That's kind of interesting. Huh. This terrain is a lot better for me as well. I think I'm actually going to move the Titan here. This 1 Titan. It's going to be a total and complete waste. But then the boars are not going to be able to go here. The rocks are going to have to pick. Which one do you want to encumber? It's 1 Titan's damage. It's not great. It's less than advisable. But we're going to do it. Going to kill all of the Archmagi now. Sweet. 56 damage. And then again, we just got to stay here with these ogres. It's going to take them 2 turns to get down the battlefield here. Never mind. Well, that was tremendous luck for you. And then I still kind of want to see if I can prevent the bless from coming through. I should be able to. Let's attack while we can. Disrupting Ray. Okay. And now, instead of that, I'm going to do something else. Now we're going to do the... Slow? Bring your steel golems down even slower. I could bless. We're just going to brawl. Let's just bless. Get some additional damage off. Focus on these big boys. Because they're pretty big. They're pretty bad. I don't like them. I love this, actually, though. I would love for only 1 of these creatures to be encumbered at any given moment. Oh, and the way that they messed themselves up is perfect. Oh, that's so good. Kill here. Yeah, the disrupting rays on this 1 stack is worse than just annoying. It's like lethal, actually. It's very concerning. But we're going to be okay. In fact, I'm going to be so okay, I'm just going to go all the way up here. Yeah. Just going to stay away from your big scary guys. What do you think about that? 1, 2, 3. Let's go kill these boars while we can. Good luck shines on the ogres. Sure, why not? because we still got to do the damage. We might as well do it. Kill all 4. You didn't kill all 4? Buddy. 7 spell points. Do we just get rid of this one rock? Oh no, because these titans have already gone, so it doesn't really matter. We're just going to get up and out of the way. Up and out of the way. Okay. And now the gloves come off. And we just fight where we can. Okay, I think that now we're just going to hit the auto combat and let this play out from here, because I don't think we're going to lose another Titan. I think I set it up to where everything's going to be in good working order. We got stacks of 2, 1, and 3. I don't think we lost a single Titan. Where are you going? Oh, because we're so much faster, so the AI says it doesn't matter. They're not going to be able to catch up to us. They run. We did lose the 1 Titan. Sad to see it, but we're going to be fine. Expert Logistics, that's going to kick in next turn. And then we're not going to wait for them to get anything additional and any more support. Several unknown. Why is this unknown? It's enough that I'm going to trade one more time. And then this is going to be the scenario. So, folks, this is it. At this point, I am not concerned at all about this enemy. They put up an excellent fight, and they got the better of me. Truly. But I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed this playthrough. This was very different than what I usually do, and I like that. I mentioned in my most recent Heroes of Might and Magic 3 playthrough that I feel like I've done a disservice to all the folks that enjoy Heroes of Might and Magic, because I've been so focused on being the best I could be and being flawless and being somebody you can be like, yeah, Phixfox is good at Heroes of Might and Magic, but then I forgot to kind of focus on being me and actually like enjoying the game. And this is something I am happy to rectify. Just give me the chance. Let's have a nice fun playthrough like this. I think that was mission accomplished here today. It was not without its twists, it was not without its turns, but it was absolutely entertaining from start to finish, and that is worth every little bit of time that we've spent here today. Folks, this is a glorious victory. We're going to once again watch this. The 6 giants, the 11 magi, the 10 rocks, they're not going to be able to hold up to us. We are just going to be too hot to handle. Agar the Warlock with his 0 attack, 0 defense, 3 spell power, and 2 knowledge. He does not have any chance against us, against our 8 attack, 3 defense, and so on and so forth. I'm going to cast this 1 spell. We're going to Disrupting Ray. They're giants because that can't possibly hurt us, and then we're going to just watch this match play out from here. I like that the AI is focusing on the the Magi. I think that's a good choice. I don't know actually how many halflings there are, but I don't think they're going to do nearly as much damage as they would like to. Yeah, the halflings did 8 damage to my titans. They are not the big, scary thing. And that Disrupting Ray basically just helped make sure that we didn't have any problems. That could have been an opportunity for the boars to actually stand in front of the moat to keep those giants stuck in there. We're going to do full damage to them because we have archery, so we don't have to worry about any penalty of shooting over a wall. That's something we've learned, but the AI has not learned that trick yet, and if it ever does, that'll be actually very, very scary. So it is a glorious victory, 3,000 more experience. Jezebel has gained her final level, estates because she's earned it, and then yellow player's been vanquished. So folks, we won, but not really. I'm excited to actually come back and do this map again, and do this map without saves. Because I think that you can get it down now that I got the basic strategy of it. The blind playthrough went horribly, went so bad. But now that I kind of understand the strategy, here's what I would recommend if you are looking to play this map, the river. I would recommend, or the crossing or the river. It's one of those. I would recommend that you immediately take your enemy to the south, and barbarians work pretty well for that. I think there's lots of different factions you could use reasonably to defeat them in week 1. But I think that should be order of business number 1. And I think that order of business number 2 is actually probably to take that southern castle, because they probably started off with 1 castle and then they took that other castle that was more to the southern tip, like right across the river from us. Probably take that castle next. And then with 3 castles against their 1, eventually you're going to win. Our score of 31 days is pretty darn good. And I mean, we got some good breaks there. Huge stack of the orcs from that orc tower. That was massive, actually. And then just we were able to clear up a lot of resources very quickly, very efficiently. And then the barbarians lent themselves very well to some of those early fights. So yeah, overall, great map. I had a ton of fun with it. And so yeah, 31 days, score of 282 with a huge asterisk, that being that we had saves, that we used saves. Folks, thanks for being here. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, look after you, look after your friends, look after your family. And this video is going to release on the same day as another one of the Phixfox Shoutcast episodes. That's going to be episode 2. And it's going to feature a long-time subscriber. I'm excited to see more people submit their playthroughs so that I can do some shoutcasting. I'm still a little bit rough. I still need a little bit of work, but I appreciate your willingness to be a good sport and let me see your playthroughs. So hopefully you catch this video, and on the same day, that other Phixfox Shoutcast video will be dropping as well. If not, and until I see you again, look after you, look after your friends, look after your family, and I'll see you in the next one. Take great care. Sorry, I've just got to let the music play. It's really majestic right now. Just got to let the music play. I would fade to black, but I don't want to go in and edit this ending to the video. I'm just gonna... And goodbye.